Good morning, this is Peter from ZZIPP Media here in Weymouth, Dorset, UK. Today I want to take you on a little walk. They are going to remove the railway lines that run through town to the Harbour side in October. There's been a decision made locally by Dorset County Council, I believe, to remove the railway lines you can see behind me, and they will progress a part at a time during October. It's going to cost a lot of money. It's sad really, because it could have been used, they could have been used in some kind of people transport from the railway station, which would be nice for tourists. But anyway, they've decided to remove them, so I want to take you on a little walk. We start where the trains actually entered the station here. They came along here through these gates, along this line here, to the rail which now runs along the side of B&Q. I'll show you what that's like now. I've got to watch myself so I don't get run over. But that's what it looks like now. It's just been left, not taken care of. I believe Dorset County Council actually bought the rails, so they now own them. If anybody can put me right on that, leave a note under this video. We walk along the rails, outside the railings on the rail here. You can see that it's just been left to go into disrepair. Nobody's taken care of it. So it's just been left to fall into disrepair. So they say they can get rid of it. I don't know what they're going to put here instead. Maybe just leave it. So we're coming to the end now. I'm making this mainly as a record. I know it's not particularly professionally shot, any special effects or anything like that, but it's just as a record for a future audience. So we're coming to the end now. I've just crossed the very busy road and I'm following the lines right now. So here they are. They come right along here and stretch way over there. So I'm going to try to follow the line as closely as I can and not be marmalized by any traffic. So here we go for the long bit. So as you can see, the grass and earth is actually inside the lines now. There are areas where the grass isn't growing. But I wondered, could you actually fill them in? Instead of taking them up, which is going to cost a lot of money. I did a post on Facebook some time ago. Couldn't you actually fill them in with a rubber compound or plastic or something, and then smooth the top off? It'd be much easier, much cheaper, and if you did want to use it sometime in the future, you just strip out the rubber. What do you think? Is that a good idea or a bad idea? Let me know. So we're still continuing following the lines. This is a very busy road, it always has been. So on our right there is the Palm House. Nice place to go and have something to eat, and there's the children's entertainments and things there, which is really nice. So still following the line along here. Yes, at one time when I arrived here over 30 years ago, the trains pulled into Weymouth station and carried tourists down to the Harbour side with the ferries, taking them on to Jersey or Guernsey, but that doesn't happen anymore. We don't have any more ferries. They went a long time ago. But we do have tourism. The car park on the right hand side there, the lines are still in evidence. The lines aren't filled, as I say now, with anything, but if you could fill them and flatten the tops off, would that be cheaper than actually taking them up? The taking them up will be done in early October, as I say, and be done a length at a time and cost a lot of money. So let's cross over the road here. A lot of money that can be spent on other things. So I'm still following the line. As I said before, this traffic is intense sometimes. Really bad. The car parks get really full. I'll walk you down right to the very end, or as far as we can go that's allowed publicly, so you can see maybe the people in the future will have some other views. I don't know. That's up to the future. As you can see, the rails are still there in the road. We are following the route that the passenger trains took to deliver people to the ferries over 30 years ago. After crossing the road from the George Street Hall, the lines are still in the middle of the road. They do have grass growing in them. Just seems an awful shame to take them up when something could be done with them. Some people on Facebook said, well, what about Holland? They have cyclists and rails, which is a true statement, I guess. So we're coming up to the Debenhams store now, the back of the Debenhams store, and Weymouth Town Council. I've actually done live broadcasts from there. If you go to my Facebook page and scroll down, you'll be able to see those. I've got also a couple on YouTube. Anyway, move on. This is talking about the railway line. So, you come to the back of Debenhams, and the multi-storey car park ahead of us there with a large P. We've got the car park on our right, the multi-storey car park on our left. One thing I can say for Weymouth, we have plenty of car parks. I don't drive as a personal choice, and I'm glad I don't. Because it's too damn dangerous. Anyway, that's my personal view. We're coming up to the fishing club on the right hand side, and the line follows the curve of the road around. And as you can see, it goes across here and then into the car park. So we'll follow it into the car park. So you see, when I just walked on the back of the Debenham store there, there's the multi-storey car park, and the lines curve and move into this car park here. And they begin to follow the harbour side. When they remove the lines, it's just a thought, when they remove the lines in this area, they're going to try to have to contact the drivers or stop people parking here for a time, which might cause a little chaos. I don't know. Military vehicles just going up the road there. There we are, you can see the lines still in front of me. This is a large car park. I'll just show you some scenes from the Weymouth Harbour here, and then we'll get back onto the trip, onto the walk. The Fair Folly there, it's going to keep lovely. The building you can see in front of you is the ex-council offices. They moved them to the place that I showed you towards the beginning of this walk. It's now a derelict, and I don't think anybody can decide what they want to do with the building, whether they want to knock it down or make it into flats, or I have no idea. I don't think anybody else has either. Okay, let's get back onto the little walk. Let's join the rail again. As you can see, we're in the middle of the car park here, and the rails are slightly fuller of earth than they were before. As I said earlier on in the video, I'm making this, I'm not a professional video maker, I'm just doing this for the future. This will go on my YouTube channel, I hope, and be available worldwide 24 hours a day, 365, as all my other videos are. As you can see, somebody's parked over one of the rails. And I hope maybe future historians will look back on this and see what it was like and the outcomes. There are joins in some of the rails, as you can see. I better move slightly because this is an operating roadway. Now we're coming to an area that has been closed off for a while. Lots of restaurants and pubs put marquees outside, so we might lose the rails under them, but we'll see what we can do. We're coming up to the town bridge now. You'll find a video to the town bridge on my YouTube channel. It's just celebrated its 90th birthday, so have a look at that video while you're on my channel. So you can see the rails are water, full of water here. You can hear dripping water everywhere. So we have the Rendezvous and the Royal Oak on our left, and the pretty harbour side to our right. Still following the rails. This is what tourists would have seen when they were coming along to get on the ferry to Jersey or Guernsey. I remember there used to be a man with a flag, strangely enough, walking with the train and moving cars away. They're still walking along the rail. Trawlermen unloading the catch. The ship in on our right. Sorry, the ship in on our left. Wayfish Limited on our left. It would be an interesting idea, I think, to use this transport as like a little carriage or a little train or a little tram or something to bring people from Weymouth station, tourists from the station, and bring them along here, and I'll show you the view that you would get when you got off the tram or the train or whatever. I guess they could find a larger train type thing with wheels, but would that be the same? I don't know. Probably not. Alright, we're coming to the end of this length now, and you look up on the left and you've got De Heers, Luxury Living Harbour Views from 445,000deheers.com. That was an old fish warehouse, I think. They've turned into luxury flats now. So, continue along this length. Kingfisher Marine on our left. Following the rails. And the cyclists, look, nobody's bothered about them, they're just fine. Cyclists, okay, they weren't even looking where they were going, they just rode across the rails. So we'll take a stop for a moment and look at the views here. In the far, far mist day you can see some of the ocean liners that are in Weymouth Bay, and I'll just do a slow scan around back to the town bridge. There we are, pretty little houses here in Weymouth Harbour. Way in the distance there is a turn to Harbour Bridge. We join the rail again when I come up this incline walkway on the harbour, and there is the rail. The Enfant Terrible restaurant. I have to go in some of these places sometimes. I've never actually been in. What do you think about me doing a restaurant review? Think that's a good idea? Let me know in the comments down below this video. Now we're coming up to an art gallery. The Harbour Gallery, now open, Harbour Fine Arts, and a friend of mine on Facebook, Paul Liggins, runs it, artist in residence. So if you're ever down in Weymouth, come down and have a look at Paul's artwork. They're wonderful. Contemporary original artwork and sculptures. Escape, enjoy, relax. Okay, back onto the rail. All these cars parked by the side of the rail, as you can see. But the rails look fairly full of dirt and earth encrusted grass, so they've been uncared for a long time. We're just coming up to the Weymouth Pavilion now, the new Weymouth Pavilion. I don't know whether you know, but the old Weymouth Pavilion actually burned down. It was made of wood, and it burned down many years ago. I'll see if I can find a something about that in Wikipedia or something, and put a link under this video when it's published. So let's go down this little ramp and follow the rails as far as we can into the place that the passengers got off. So you see there's lots of crossing here. Maybe they're going out and coming in, I don't know. But we have the pavilion on the left and the offices for the ferry terminal here on the right. They are now obsolete. Let's just have a list before we continue the walk. This is the Clark Endicott Memorial. This memorial was recited here in 2003 by the Weymouth Civic Society. This is the Clark Endicott that went on to found Weymouth in Massachusetts. Okay, so let's continue with this little walk. Let's go up this ramp here and have a look at the buildings while still following the rail. We're still following the rail that we got onto from Weymouth Railway Station, and it continues down, and these are the buildings here which are now obsolete. They've been left as usual. CCTV in operation? I don't think so. Nobody cares, Nobody wants to care. Nobody's interested. No, I can't see anything in there. But we're following the rail, still following the rail here. We'll follow it right to the end, which seems the most appropriate thing to do. It's now a car park for various companies and people, I guess. So you see the light green barriers at the end there. The rail comes to an end right here. I'll show you. We have two rails side by side. One has been dug up already. As you can see, the other one is just waiting. So that brings to an end this little walk. I did it because they are due to take the rails up in early October, which, as I say, is going to cost a lot of money. I think they could be used in other ways. It just takes a little bit of imagination. So thanks for joining me today on this little walk. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel by just hitting the subscribe button. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn if you're a business, Twitter. All the links are down there in the description box. Let me know what you think about the walks. Subscribe, and don't forget to hit that little bell icon for getting old age. So don't forget to hit the little bell icon, which will keep you in the loop to everything else I do in the future. All right, bye for now. See you soon from Weymouth, Dorset, UK.